don't want to set the world on fire.
Please welcome Tom Montgomery.
A flame in your heart.
I'm here, and your wife Privilege is going to save you
tonight,
okay, guys?
Desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim.
Any government is to monopolize as much violence as possible in order for it to inflict it on as many citizens as possible.
I've been on this weird anarchist arc for a few months now. This is playing by their rules, exactly how they are written.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame.
You're watching the Dog and Chicken Show. Like, share, subscribe.
Well. Welcome one and all to the K.O.E. Nation. How are we doing, you beautiful people? Let's see. We got a little bit of a delay on my end, folks, but how are we all doing this evening? I am glad you are all here. Welcome one and all to the K.O.E. Nation, and welcome. Yes, you're getting the beautiful, sweet summer sounds that are my voice on your end, folks. So, folks, it's been a little slight delay, but we are back here, and we are together again here on the K.O.E. Nation. How are we all doing this evening, folks? As you know, it is I, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, your king of extreme, Phil K.O.E. You can find me at K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, K.O.E. Nation on Twitch, K.O.E. Nation on TikTok. That is K as in king, O as in oh my God. You can find K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. E is an extremely happy to know you can find K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, folks. Yes, folks, we are here together. It has been some time. It's been some time since I've been here for a live stream here, folks. You know, it's a busy time of year. It's everybody's trying to make up for their overspendings for Christmas. Everybody's trying to, do their hustle and bustle, and everybody's getting back into the swing of things. But yes, 2022, we are here together, and let's be frank, folks. 2022 never stood a chance. But, I mean, come on. When matched up against the K.O.E. Nation, 2022 never stood a fucking chance. So welcome one and all. I'm glad every last one of you have joined us this evening. And like Big Buck and Empire on Facebook says, help us grow our community. Send this to a friend, like the page, or send stars to help us continue creating great content for all of you beautiful people, which you can also find at, Big Buck and Empire on Facebook. Definitely go follow them, and also subscribe to Big Buck and Empire on YouTube. So, folks, how are we all doing? It's been some time. I'm hoping you all had a safe and happy New Year. I certainly did. I've had some events in my personal life that have gone very, very well. So I, can't complain too much. I mean, there's always some drama and some unfortunateness. Everybody's life's got some tragedy to it. But you know what? There's been some things that have been going quite well, so I cannot complain. But it's also been why I've been rather busy as of late. But I have not been missing one thing that I've been trying to deliver for you and trying to bring for all of you people, and that is the 32 Rye Tournament. Now, for those on YouTube, you're already well aware that the 32 Rye Tournament is well underway. But for those of you on Twitch and such, I don't know what any of that means, but welcome to the show. That is all very confusing to me. But yes, welcome to the show, all of you beautiful people. But we're going to get into something just as kind of an aperitif, if you will, to just get your palate wettened for what's to come throughout the evening here, folks. And we're going to get a little deeper into our 32 Rye Tournament, and this is to determine the Nebraska Rye of Extreme, because at the beginning of this tournament, there was only 2 rye whiskeys made in all of Nebraska, and that was Soldier Valley and Brickway Rye. Hey, Justin, Chris. Hey, how we doing there? And as you can see in the logo there, the Yanked Up Podcast, definitely go give them a like on YouTube. And he's Justin Chris of the Yanked Up Podcast. His he's expanding a little bit, last I heard. So we're definitely looking forward to that. And he's going on to some other platforms. Definitely give yourself a shout out if you feel the need, Justin. But yes, definitely check out Yanked Up Podcast on YouTube. And folks, it's great to be here. It's great to be back. And this is also an AMA. Ask me anything. If you got a question from, higher minded political ideas to why do dogs have cold noses, we will try to get there, folks. But yeah, I just figured it's time. Let's get into this. The 32 Rye Tournament's first matchup begins here. It begins now, and it is the Nebraska Rye of Extreme that will be determined in the opening round. Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation for a very special spirits matchup of two Nebraska Rye whiskeys. Folks, I am joined here at the K.O.E. Nation by a wide cast of characters. The returning, the one and only Nurse Ratch. We've also got the debuting Big Corb over here, the Mammoth Macedonian coming here representing, folks.
Thank you.
And we've got, of course, the returning, the indomitable
Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe, folks.
And also coming here all the way from across the way of the border from the river that is Missouri.
I am where they have shittier corn in Iowa. Chicken.
Yes.
True.
So, folks,
It's true.
tonight is Nebraska's night. Yeah. Oh, ouch.
We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that, yes. So, folks, we're going to decide which of these two rye whiskeys is going to become the Nebraska. It's funny you mentioned that. I'll actually pull up the review for Johnny Walker Blue Label that me and Tony did a little later, actually, right after this video. But I wanted to get into the rye tournament. This is the opening matchup. Yes, Tony's shirt is fucking awesome. Nebraska Rye of Extreme. Okay,
Yes.
We've got
Nebraska Extreme.
We've got Brickway Distillery Rye Whiskey, and we've also got Soldier Valley Rye Whiskey going head to head. Now, Cut Spike just came out with a rye whiskey a week or two ago, but we started this tournament before, so
entry.
Yeah.
sorry. So we got plenty of denizens of
Life is a
Nebraska,
game of inches.
Yes, it is.
and we are going to decide which one will go down as the Rye of Extreme for Nebraska.
Now, we have sampled these both, and both are quite lovely.
Neutralizer. Like,
Take a swig of water and clean your mouth.
Yes.
Bush Light does the same shit.
I
don't
I don't know
that
about all
that's
that.
quite true, but yes.
He is a scientist, folks.
I don't
So, and then we've
have
got
dabbled into science.
Soldier Valley. I love the presentation of this. It's very handsome presentation.
Yes.
And does
Just
this
like the
look at all
rum
familiar to you?
No, not at all.
No, not even a little.
No.
Looks just like the rum bottle. I
It
do
does.
love the bottle design. It's
Yep.
really nice.
Yeah,
Now-
the canteen gimmick is awesome.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is a little bit better quality than military grade.
That's unfortunate.
Wow. Oh yeah, there's a considerable color
Yeah, there
difference
is.
between these two rye whiskeys.
This one is like a Saturday test,
I don't know if you can
and this one's like a Sunday test.
That's fair.
Very
That's-
complimentary.
Yeah,
Like
there
I'm
you
sure the distilleries are just like, oh, dear K.O.E. Nation, we love you so.
Thank you for such your insightful.
Now,
descriptions
all
of
right,
our
Nurse
taste
Ratch.
colors.
Every drinker knows what I.
I'm gonna do the nose on these.
Okay.
Which
Alright.
one are we doing first? Hold on. Let's go with the
Let's go
with
with
the
Pizza
darker,
was the
darker
brick
one.
way,
The-
right?
the
We're
Brickway.
going with the Sunday.
Brickway
Yes.
is Sunday Piss. Let's do this.
All right.
Have a smell.
I already smelled it.
The thing is, this is the
Cheers before we
That's
drink.
awesome.
Are you not?
Nobody,
Oh.
nobody informed me.
I am.
This
Cut.
is
You mean you're not already?
Take two,
So-
bang!
Good lord.
this
So
is
all
a
right,
very intense rye.
It is a very.
nose.
Yeah.
It
It is.
fits the crowd.
gentlemen, bring it in for a little.
I explain
glass
why
of
that
this.
is here a little later. Alesto's wondering why is one clearer than the
There's
other.
a lot going on.
Tony,
She had to do a fucking matrix move there.
Nobody was
All right,
complaining.
let's do it. Nels.
Pretty smooth stuff.
It's really smooth. This is Brickway, and it is
Slightly weeded rye.
only 86 proof.
Tastes better than the nose.
Does have
It
a
does.
good
It's-
tingle on the lips.
That's the rye, 100%.
I get it on the tongue.
I'm gonna get it on the top lip.
Just a little dab, little
Okay.
touch, taste.
Just
sure.
a drinky winky
It's
pale.
delicious.
I like I said, I'm here for the use.
So I get the mouthwash like aftertaste.
I love it. I really. This one blew
Yeah,
me
It's
away.
it's
To me, it's
not
more
a bad
mint.
one, though, but it's a minty
It's
like maybe after you spit out some spearmint gum.
like a Listerine, but
That's
not
new.
a crest.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a mint.
All righty.
No,
Well,
this one completely blew me out of the water.
now it's interesting you mentioned that, Alesto. I'm just bringing myself back here for a moment because you mentioned that you guys are taking too long. I would have downed them all by now. Now, I totally get that, and there are evenings where that's appropriate, but here at the K.O.E Nation, I've always wanted to promote a gentlemanly drinking culture. I think that is, to me, drinking irresponsibly or to the point where, you make bad decisions, that's not gentlemanly, it's not elegant, it's not stylish, fashionable. But getting into these things and knowing what's a good after dinner drink, what's a good aperitif, what's a good traunument, what are the proper things for the proper occasions. And I believe good whiskeys, for example, need to be enjoyed amongst good friends during good occasions. Enjoy the spirit, according to Rev Rest Pod. Absolutely. Yes, the spirit within it. I totally agree with that. Alcoholic, I will drink them gentlemanly. Well, hey, to each their own, You're now, Alesto, if that was the case, the terminology I would use is you're a more seasoned. You're a much more seasoned. You have a much greater, you're a veteran of these particular experiences. Pinky out wide. Oh boy, you and Corb on the end there would have a lot. I don't have. Oh well, hey, that's not true, Lesto, because you've got us here at the K.O.E Nation. So you've got some great friends here at the K.O.E Nation. You got me, Phil K.O.E, and you've got all of the beautiful denizens of the K.O.E Nation. So no. So long as you are here and so long as you are a part of the K.O.E Nation, you always have friends, good sir. Don't sell yourself short. No, sir.
In terms of what I expected with it, it's just as good the second time around. I really like this stuff. It's a local boy. I love this.
The thing that I like about it is of everything we've tried within
I
the
do.
rye whiskey tournament. This
Shoot the
reminds
link
me
in the
most of
chat
a-
there, Justin.
Yeah, it
I'd
is.
much,
It is
much
amazing.
obliged.
I agree.
Smell-wise, I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's also been aged
Fucking
in
A-right,
a
Lesto.
heavy char, new, fresh oak cask,
And-
which is why you're getting a lot of that. So I think they kind of cheated Father Time a little bit because they didn't have to age it 6-8 years. But yeah, excellent stuff. Fresh char
Second
oak
drink's way
cask.
better.
What is
Yeah.
the date on that, Phil?
This was
Yeah.
just released earlier this year. This is the first release of this
It
ever.
does not smell like that.
Yeah, it's.
This would be really good on ice.
Oh yeah, this would be a good
This
just
would be
on the
great
rye.
on
Rye is hit and miss on ice with me, and I like it neat.
I think because
This
this
is
one's
great meat.
and
I wouldn't mess with this.
It's
After,
because-
I usually drink with ice.
Now-
your second drink, you
That's
would
because
recognize-
when I dive into a bottle, it's the whole fucking bottle. So
Seven-
Yeah.
it's got to be iced down.
17% of the mash bill is winter wheat, and I forget the type. It's a unique winter wheat.
All right.
There we go. Now let's
Whatever you
take up,
got left of that, let's set it aside.
let's set it up to the side for a moment so you can consider it. Oh, we'll be going back and forth. Don't worry. Now let's take up Soldier Valley Rye.
That is considerably
Well,
different
that's
than
good,
the
isn't
last
it?
one.
Yeah.
I get plant chlorophyll, green,
Mm.
Very
fresh
tiny.
peppermint. We've got ourselves a little we've got ourselves some mystery questions. We're gonna come back to that, but Alesta goes, ooh, since I haven't seen you, guess what happens in 2 days? Guess what happens in 4 days? I don't know. I it's terrible. I remember you telling me that there was a very big event coming up in your life, but let's see. I'm leaving finally, got approved for 2-week vacation, so going to visit family in California. Good luck to you. Have fun. I got some kinfolk around the bay. So yeah, In 4 days, it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday. If I'm not streaming that day, happy early birthday to you, sir, Mr. Alesto. Yes, well done. And also Yanked Up Gaming, another one that you should check out on Twitch, Yanked Up Gaming. This is the link that you should definitely hit up. KOE / nation.myspreadshop.com. So definitely check that out. There's all kinds of crazy KOE merch. And oh shit, you hit the big 30. Oh God. And what's funny is you probably think you're getting old and you have no idea how much of a kid you still are. That's the funniest thing. Like, I'm 36, and so whenever people are like, oh, I'm getting old, turn 30, like, oh, fuck you, you don't even know, kid. Like, so yeah, to me, that's something I always like to bring up. Like, and also something I always like to keep in mind, if you've ever seen the show Boy Meets World, there were some parts that were pretty good. So there's parts that were, whatever. It's a show. There's gonna be some parts that are good, some that aren't. There was one great episode where Mr. Feeney went out of town and the boys turned his house into a bed and breakfast to make some money. And there's a newlywed couple that's upstairs. And Mr. Feeney comes back early and he's kicking everybody out of his house because he wants his house back. And the newlywed couple, he knocks on the door. You got to remember, Mr. Feeney's like a man in like his 60s at this point. And he goes, well, sorry, I hear you're the newlywed couple, but you need to clear out now. I mean, I get it. I mean, I was young once too, but I mean, it's time for you to leave. And I know this, you were told something, but what you were told is not, was not true. I get it. I was young once too. And the couple comes out and both of them are probably like 102 years old apiece. Like, they're just like the oldest couple you've ever seen. And it was one of those moments from the audience. And Mr. Feeney stops for a moment and goes, maybe I still am. So yeah, that's something to always keep in mind, folks. But yes, good luck to you on the next decade of your life. My body is way older than my age. Oh, that's everybody. It's like the Louis C.K. joke about when he turned 45. It's like, doctor, I'm just uncomfortable most of the time. I turned 38th on the 29th. Well, it's a month of birthdays. Happy early birthday to Yanked Up Gaming. Fucking A right. Happy birthday to all y'all of the KOE Nation and all y'all beautiful people.
Yeah, I get pond smell. Like good pond smell.
Yeah, a lot of ryes for me are
algae.
really tight. And this one, this one's got
chlorophyll.
a super
Lily
strong,
pads, like I'm catching
maybe not
frogs.
strong, but a very sharp pine.
Yes, sharp.
Now this is very
Like a
specific.
fresh pine cone.
I went too deep. Now it's
I would agree with that.
My dad taught
But
me
it's sweet.
how to taste the center stalk of a corn stalk, and if it's too bitter, you're needing like a potassium or phosphorus or something like that. And so I get that kind of chlorophyll. Is that's so my I understand my experience of chlorophyll.
I get where you're coming from, but yeah, it's definitely like a grassy, grassy kind of
Piney.
A wet grass,
Piney.
Dead tree.
A pine cone in there too. So
I feel like we just
We did. They weren't listening.
We're having 3 conversations.
That's
I know.
true. That's
We
true.
don't
good
do
luck
that
for
ever.
all you at home.
All right.
This one honestly reminds me a lot of
Bring it in.
Crown
Let's
Royal.
Focus your attention like right here.
Let's do it.
This one reminds me the most of Crown Royal on the nose, the Crown Rye.
I would agree with that.
Oh, way more smoother than I thought. The smell made me think it was gonna be stronger than that.
Yeah, no, this one blew me.
Goes down
Holy
easy.
moly,
That
the
is
water
good stuff.
nose to mouth. I could not believe that this was the same thing.
But this one, I get a
Okay,
lot of
this doesn't-
mint.
I'm
Like
good.
it's
That finish is
Yeah, this
good.
one's
I don't
really
get
nice.
as much mint. It's like I know what you're saying. There's a little bit of mint there, but it's not
See?
offensive. It's
Okay.
not weird.
There you go. Ringing
Okay.
endorsement.
It's a very,
All right.
it's a mild hit.
Okay.
Boom.
I like
Uh-oh.
it.
That very much reminds me
Yeah.
of
It's like a
Crown Rye. Very much.
peppermint.
But actually good.
Ooh,
I
ouch.
did not try that one.
All right.
This
Well, you
one's
got to give
definitely-
the other one a small little sippy poo. Then it's
Now-
not fair.
We
Do I
gotta.
have to?
Phil,
I
what
know.
are the rules of the judgment on here as we
Okay.
go through?
Well,
Because
let-
I'm
Well,
not-
there's 4 of
We
us,
got
so we
one
kind of
more
have to
that
have the
needs to
deciding
try.
factor in case.
Well, now there's 5 because
Exactly.
she's tried both.
so like, how are we doing
Okay.
this? Because I got very.
We're
limited
going to
amount.
give the one that we prefer
Yes.
2 points. We're going to give the one that we don't prefer 1 point.
Do you have
and then-
paper to write
but-
this down?
But
Tony,
could we
there's
also
some
give
paper
it
right over
0 points if we hate it?
Oh, wow.
I mean,
No, it's
It's
one
just
or
one or
2
two.
point
One or two.
system.
okay, we're making it simple.
And we are back and we are ready for the judgment, the final judges scorecard. So we're going to start on down the line with you, Tony G. Which one do you give 2 points and which one do you give 1 point? Because I already know which one I like better.
Honestly, this one's way tougher than I ever imagined it would be. These are both really, really, really surprisingly nice. I thought for sure Local Boy Rye was going to be a little harsh, but I'm going to go.
Oh, he's doing it.
Oh,
Already?
he beat you.
Oh,
He blend blocked you.
We need a whole nother category.
Oh, wow.
Okay, reset.
Well,
No.
he already knows which way he's going, obviously.
Yeah,
No.
I made my decision.
So, wow. He
All right.
blend blocked you.
Hold on.
He didn't bring my belt tonight.
all right. So this one honestly surprises me, but I am going to go with Soldier Valley at 2.
Oh, my.
And I'm going to go with 1 on Brickway. I honestly thought it was going to go the other way.
All righty. Nurse Ratch, how are you going to go on this particular ride? You could be a decisive vote here.
I'm going to go the exact opposite of Tony.
All right.
Oh,
Totally fair.
given, yeah,
There's not a wrong answer.
dang. Me, I'm going to agree that I'm giving 2 points to Brickway, 1 point to Soldier Valley.
Oh shit, it's getting interesting.
How's that mix?
Chicken?
Haven't tried that.
I'm giving Brickway 1 point,
That's
Oh,
more
my.
wild
2
than I thought it
points.
would be.
Yeah.
So, Corblick,
and I'm giving the mix 3.
nice.
Ooh.
You are going to be the
Oh my God.
tie-breaking decider here. So, thank goodness gracious you came along this evening.
I guess.
That's a really
Well,
good mix.
here's what
No
I'm gonna
pressure. No pressure.
It's
The winner's on you.
the obvious winner, Soldier Valley.
Oh,
This
Love
other
it.
one.
Wow.
Love it.
What was this? The
Brickway.
Yeah.
the
Brickway.
Brickway.
Bro, this mix is
The Brickway was
A
very,
plus
very,
rye mix.
It-
Oh my God.
very
Cheers.
pungent at
And
first,
I don't like
but
fry.
it cools
This is
off.
good.
It's, yeah.
That Soldier Valley's good and good all the way through. I like them both, but
He gets it.
I got to give
Ooh,
Soldier
we're
Valley
torn.
the edge here.
By the hair of the
True.
Corblick was the tiebreaker. So, by the hair of his chinny chin,
Or lack thereof.
The first one to move on.
Let's
in
go,
the
Brandon.
32 ride tournament. Dun, 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 dun. So, the first one that will move on in the first matchup and the new Nebraska Rye Whiskey of Extreme. Brickway, I do apologize. This is one of my personal favorite ryes. I thought it was
stellar.
going to go on.
It is stellar.
It did not.
It's good. It's a good ride.
It is very good.
It's good. It's not bad.
If you would have
At
asked
all.
me
It's
before
good.
we started, I thought Brickway was going to run away. I really did.
Did not.
You've had a lot of rides since then.
I
was
have
what?
had a lot. Of
And it looks like even if
so.
our other special guest this evening hadn't come, Tony and Chicken also outvoted me on this one. So
Oh.
I don't
Yep.
now,
No
you know,
change.
I don't like in Nurse Ratchet. Like, well, don't worry, guys. Not everybody's perfect.
Were there supposed
It's
to be
all
more
right.
people?
We can always get more people here, folks. I mean, the Castle
I was
KOE
surprised.
Drop
tonight,
comments
so.
down below.
complete open border policy.
You
Even
wanna
KOE.
Nurse
join-
Ratchet was
join
compelled
K.O.E.
to try
I was.
this rye
I was.
based off of the smell alone.
I was, and that is impressive because, yeah, me and liquor, but
Bill, people
yeah,
should
this-
send rye reviews to you,
Hmm.
for you to
See?
review.
She found a new love.
My bucker's
Good rye whiskey.
yeah,
Good rye
like
whiskey is not actually hard to find. You just got to know what to look for.
you know what? I would rather find another whiskey than another husband.
Oh! You know what?
There's so many whiskeys to choose from.
So, you know, yes. As on that note, folks,
That was
Best
smooth.
comment of the
I'm
show.
known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for the first ever matchup in the 32 ride tournament. Brickway, Soldier Valley. Soldier Valley, you move on. Good luck to you, Nebraska Rye. Brandon, thanks for stopping by. Nurse Ratch, thank you for gracing our panel with your presence once again.
Anytime.
Tony, Chicken, Take it away.
Hey, great stuff here. No losers in this,
No.
honestly.
No.
Now, granted.
Absolutely not.
Technically, Breckenridge lost in the tournament.
Well, barely.
I'm gonna enjoy this bottle on my
Yeah.
lonesome anywho.
Oh no, more bricklayer rye for you.
Yeah,
Ah.
Rick.
Yeah. Oopsie daisies.
Oopsie daisies. It happens.
But folks,
Both are fantastic. You
Yeah,
should
actually,
buy
buy
both. of them.
both.
I recommend
Buy
them
both and do the mix.
That
Yeah.
seems to be the theme
It's really
tonight.
good.
So
I buy, buy both.
so folks,
So good.
thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. Hoping to find you all back. You're happy, healthy, much the wiser here at KOE Nation, YouTube, and Twitch. Catch you later, folks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Here and see if it just smooths itself out.
Get back. Tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive. El Dorado. Oh Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.
Well, and yes, this is the Rye tournament as it stands currently, folks. Soldier Valley moves on, and yes, Little Fettuccine, damn party time. Yes, it was. It was a marvelous time that evening, and I thought I would just share this little experience with all of you. The opening match, the opening matchup of our 32 Rye tournament, folks. How are we all doing this beautiful evening? And I had a request, and you know me, I'm one for requests. Let's see if it yes, there we are. I was requested, where is the Johnny Walker Blue Label? Well, ask and ye shall receive. But yes, thanks for being here, little Fettuccine. But yes, this was the KOE Nation review of just Soldier Valley, and also the KOE Nation review of Brickway Rye. Definitely both are worth checking out, folks. But yeah, it was quite the party time, wasn't it? And yes, that was Nurse Ratched for anybody curious. But yes, here is the review of the label from Johnny Walker that is blue. Welcome, one and all, to the KOE Nation for a very special premium spirits review. I am the elated, excited, very eager King of Extreme, joined by my indomitable broadcast partner,
Tony G. Like, share, subscribe.
Yes, and you can find me, KOE Nation, YouTube and Twitch. It's the place to be. So, Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Yes.
How have we had a podcast that reviews whiskeys and it's taken us this long to get to Johnny Walker Blue?
Well, we've done it once before, but it was amongst a lineup, and that's not entirely fair. So here it is for its solo review.
Johnny Walker Blue Label, the iconic, known the world over Blue Label. Now, this one is a little bit special, actually. Now, also, I like to go with these smaller bottles.
You get a lot more value for your buck. That's for damn.
I was just going to say because it's cheaper. Now, this one is a little older. I got it in a 4-pack that also included the old Platinum 18-year. So the Platinum that really doesn't exist anymore. So this is a bit older Johnny Walker blend, but I'm looking forward to trying it nonetheless. And it's been here long enough, and it's time. It's just really time.
I think the only time I've ever had Blue Label was when we did the full line review, starting from black all the way up to blue.
200 milliliter bottle. Let's see how it stacks.
Not bad.
Hey,
not bad for a little guy cork. Oh yeah, for $60, you get this 200 milliliter bottle plus what, 4 others?
Three others.
A black, a double black.
A bottle of black, a bottle of gold, and then depending on the year, either a bottle of platinum or 18.
Okay.
So this one happened to have the platinum, and I think it's a great deal, and I really wish more companies would do this, because the little 50 milliliters, you can get a little sample, but you can't like have a good time.
Peace, Justin.
With people.
Thanks
Like,
for stopping by, man.
with
Definitely check out
200
Yanked Up
milliliter
Gaming.
2 years ago at Christmas, my brothers and I, we all just kind of passed this around and just had a good Christmas day. And so, yeah, that's what a 200 milliliter, and also it's just A+ for whiskey podcasters. So thumbs up to Johnny Walker to really look out for us whiskey podcasters. I'm sure that's what they were
making it more affordable for the little guy.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they were thinking of when they made these. So now let's take a nose at the classic, the iconic, known the world over, Johnny Walker Blue Label.
He's got a very luscious nose. It's a little sharper.
Cardew plus fruit.
Exactly. It's the Cardew, but a very, I don't want to say a tart fruit, but not a cherry.
For those who don't know, Cardew is the base blend of all Johnny Walker.
Yes.
It's amazing stuff.
It's
you should
really
you should really try it sometime. But
yeah, if you like Johnny Walker, you're gonna love yourself some Cardew.
You're gonna.
This has got a really nice nose. It's very familiar if you're familiar with Johnny Walker, but it does have a little extra.
Okay, this is gonna throw you off. To me, it's Speyside plus raspberry plus
raspberry
hint of smoke.
Yeah, I was honestly even more so than smoke, clay.
Mm-hmm. Like you can tell there was a peated Scotch put into this blend, but it's part of such and I get to use one of my favorite words I never get to use, an assemblage that's so complicated. Now, what's interesting is only 1 in 10,000 casks goes into Johnny Walker Blue.
Oh.
So that gives you an idea of how rare they select their casks. Now, Johnny Walker, they're a blending house. They blend from everywhere.
I'm going to have to correct you, though.
Oh.
You said this smelled like raspberry? So you couldn't be more wrong. This smells, smell it again, like blue raspberry.
Oh! Of course.
I'm sorry.
Of course. God. Fuck me. Right? Like, sheesh. I'm way off. I'm so sorry.
I'm glad I was here to help.
What would we do without you?
But no, you're right. That is that. Raspberry is not necessarily tart, but it's a little sharper, and that's 100% the fruit that I was smelling. You're right.
It doesn't hurt that it's from Cardew base, which we love.
Love.
Well, T, I think it's time we.
We actually have to drink it.
I know. Oh, shucky darns.
So smooth.
Mm-hmm.
A smoky at the end.
There is
with
some smoke.
Butter.
I was about to say more chocolatey to me.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think we're in the same wheelhouse.
A creaminess. Like a. What is the dessert that I'm thinking of? The pastry with the icing in the middle and the chocolate on
cannoli?
the top. Yeah, like a cannoli.
A cannoli.
A cannoli.
All of our Italian listeners, they're just like,
that was for you.
Shout out to all my beautiful Italian listeners. But yes, Bella Italia. But yes. Now, Tony, you were asking earlier, we were having a conversation amongst ourselves. If you were going to have a video where we break down the 5 whiskey regions of Scotland, what would be the best blended Scotch to represent all of them?
That's probably this one, isn't
We're
it?
kind of looking at, because
Yeah.
it starts sweet, it smells sweet, it has sweet, and then it has that peat
Got the
on
smoke,
the back.
Yep.
Has that smoke, and not necessarily very peaty, but definitely smoky.
No,
so this would
peat's
be
pretty light. It is just a smokiness.
If you were just going to put this bottle down and say, Scotland,
Yeah, that's
you would
fair.
at least be giving the nation of Scotland its fair due. Now, Tony, now we get to the difficult part.
Yes.
Grading.
Hmm.
We're going to grade this on a 5-star scale, folks. 5 stars meaning you have to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. Half star, 0 star means you can pass it by. So, we're going to grade on a couple scales. As a blended scotch, as a scotch, as a cask-aged spirit, and then it's shelving. And for those new to the show, the secret 5th question. So, Tony, as a blended scotch,
there is just like no bite to this. This is a blend that managed to take out any of the harshness of any of the whiskeys that they use, and it just yanks it right out, which is great. For me, I have a palate that really appreciates something being very, very sippable without any harshness, but I also really like it to just punch me in the damn throat sometimes. So this is a perfect representation of a whiskey that you can just sip on and forget that you're actually sipping on whiskey. At 40% ABV, this is a great blend. In terms of the palate, I really like it. It does appeal to me very, very much, but for something that is upwards of $200 a bottle, you want a little bit more complexities when it comes to a blended. So I'm going to go 3.75 as a blended.
3.75
Yes.
as a blended.
Yes.
Boy, howdy. Are we about to disagree?
Oh, yeah, I know we are.
Because to me, I mean,
Again,
this is one of the
I'm a
pinnacles.
green homer. It's hard to
This is one of the
green.
pinnacles of blending.
I know.
I think this is even better than green. It's just in terms of its money, in terms of its value, that's where you get into it because
it's definitely more popular by urban legend than
what. All right, I am going to go 4.25 as a blended scotch.
I figured.
And I'm sorry, it's amazing. It's a crowning achievement of blending. Now we move on to Scotch whiskey.
As a scotch, I'm going to go 4.
4.
Because, as you said, this is a terrific blending of all the different flavors of Scotland. It's got it all, like you said. This just has a perfect representation of the region. So I think this is a great 4-star scotch. The name alone, the stigma of the blue label, I would say affordability, but we both know the price tag on this one. But the mellowness
it seems to
of
be
this,
crawling up like anywhere from 200,
yeah,
260, like,
which
and
is
that's why I go
strange.
with these small bottles.
But this is so drinkable. You could introduce you'd spoil them, but you could introduce somebody to blended scotch with this, and they wouldn't run for the hills because this is so smooth.
Yes. So you give it 4 stars as a scotch. Now, for me as a scotch, it's a great introductory one if you want to show somebody a high-end scotch early on.
Yeah.
It also is, as it stands right now, the quintessential gift scotch.
Absolutely.
If you want to give a gift of a bottle of scotch to somebody that you know is a really big scotch enthusiast, and you don't know anything about scotch, you get them a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label, they're like, what the hell? Thank you very much. So that's why, as a scotch, I'm going to give it 4.5. I think it's one of the finer scotches.
Okay.
Especially for blend. You got to go to some really high-end sherry aging in your casking for single malts to even top this. So, yeah, I'm giving it 4.5 as a scotch.
Okay.
What's your score?
4.
4? All right. Now we move on to cask-aged spirit, and this is going to be where I get a little less generous.
Yeah.
Because there is no age statement on this bottle.
Yeah,
it is a blend of everything from all over the nation of Scotland.
Do we have any general idea what the age would be? I mean, because this could be anywhere from what? What's the minimum?
I think to call it a Scotch whiskey, I think it's got to be aged at least 2 years.
Okay.
And to be honest,
I doubt they put any 2-year-old whiskey in that.
Well, there's anything from 4-year-old whiskey to
25-year-old
Yeah, okay.
whiskey
There you go.
that's in there. So there's really and
It's hard to say what
it changes from year to year in order to keep a consistent flavor profile.
Yeah,
from year to year.
it's an interesting process the way they blend these, and that does definitely give it points. But yeah, in terms of cask aging, I would like to see, for me, for cask age, I want to see a little bit more robust flavors on the front, not just the back, because this is very sippable and drinkable right there on the front. It's so smooth. The back is where you start getting the depth. There's not a lot on the front, and I think that's where it hurts it for Cascade.
I'm going to be on for a good little while. I'll probably still be on by the time you get back. I'm going to disagree with you, but only just, and I'm going to give it 3.25.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. I didn't know where you were going to go, but I was going 3.25. It's like I could just imagine if they ever came out with a Johnny Walker Blue label with an age statement on it.
Yeah.
Now imagine
that would be
what kind of crazy premiums that would command.
450 easy, because I'm guessing they're going 18 if they do something like that.
Oh, he's still my beating.
Yeah, I know.
So there we go. That's our grade as cask aged. We don't pull any punches here, folks. Now we move on to, do we even really need to ask shelving?
No, this is a top shelf. You can't, if you want to ever be taken seriously by somebody that doesn't even know shit about whiskey, and you show them, hey, here's my shelving. Why do you have Johnny Walker Blue on the middle shelf? I don't know shit, and I know that is a top shelf whiskey, and that is a top shelf whiskey.
Same here, top shelf, no dispute, no denial.
No.
Now, real tough question, Tony. Let's assume the ungenerous price, $260 plus tax USD.
No.
You're not. Would you seek out this bottle for $260 USD?
No, absolutely not. Especially considering there's a bottle of XR21 I see for half that. Green Label is half of that. That's $60 to $80, which I love Green Label. So there are options out there that are much more affordable and in some cases more impressive in terms of age statement alone. So no, the stigma attached to over $200 price tag is a little much for me. Now, a bottle of that, just this bottle for $60, that I would be tempted.
Yeah, $60 for the
obviously you get a little more, yeah. For a 4-pack with that in it for $60, absolutely.
Yeah, and so as you can see, even in the last video we did, that was the same type of bottle. It wasn't the same bottle, but yeah, I got it from another 4-pack. So that's how I generally get my Johnny Walker Blue, is through those smaller packs because, well, it's cheaper. So to me, a $260 bottle, probably not, because like you said, there's a lot of other offerings in the Johnny Walker line I would grab first.
Yeah.
And so Johnny Walker Blue, an amazing whiskey if you can get your hand on it, but it's usually like an I really like you gift. Yes. Is what I've known, and that's how most people's Johnny Walker Blue comes to them, and that's how it's almost like Christmas fruitcake.
Yeah,
and it's like nobody actually buys it; it just kind of keeps going to the
fruitcake's a good way to describe some of the profile on the back end of the palate there. Actually, yeah. Come to think of it, maybe that's why it makes such a great Christmas gift.
Hey,
fruitcake in a bottle.
You know. You got a point there, T.
I know.
Well, anything you'd like to say to the people?
No, this is really nice stuff. It's just, it's kind of like the bourbon of the blended Scotch world. That we don't know why the price is skyrocketed,
but it has.
Well,
folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for this very special deep dive omnibus review into Johnny Walker Blue. Folks, I am your King of Extreme, the Lord of the Scottish Highlands, the Prince and Potentate of the political parlance, and one damn handsome man, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, Phil K.O.E., signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only,
Tony G. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. Sing it. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive. El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was just yet another amazing review from the K.O.E Nation. That one was actually by request of all things, strangely enough. Or not strangely enough. Of course it would be. I mean, like, obviously there's hundreds of thousands of you just wanting me to play a certain K.O.E Nation video, and I cannot begrudge you. I mean, like, really, to be frank, it's almost a service that I'm doing here. I mean, it truly is a public service. I mean, it really... bringing this amazing information to you. Now, we got off track there for just a little bit because, why not? We were having fun with the Rye tournament, but somebody requested Johnny Walker Blue Label. So you get your Johnny Walker Blue Label. You get what you asked for here at the K.O.E Nation. But the Rye tournament is still continuing and it marches on, and Chicken actually just contributed a matchup here that we're going to check out. Another versus, another head-to-head. This one is Rye versus Rye from Iowa, US of A. This is putting Templeton 6-year Rye up against Cedar Ridge Rye whiskey. I've tried a small sip of both of these whiskeys, and we will see what Chicken, since he is the denizen of Rye, Iowa, we are giving him the final word on these 3 matchups. But I've tried all of these whiskeys, and I pretty much agree with his assessment. But which one will move on to basically face off against the other one? Because it's 4 different Rye whiskeys. Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E Nation for the next Rye whiskey matchup in the 32 Rye tournament. I am the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, your favorite stream, Phil K.O.E. You can find me at K.O.E Nation on YouTube, K.O.E Nation on Twitch, K.O.E Nation on TikTok. And we are going over to our good friend Chicken over at the Chicken Coop, all the way across the Missouri River in Iowa, to get the opening rounds of the Ryowa, yes, folks, the Ryowa whiskey bracket ready and for all of you beautiful people. So, folks, without further ado, so we can find out what will be the Iowa Rye Whiskey of Extreme, let's turn on over to Chicken for the first matchup in the Ryowa bracket. Chicken?
Welcome to K.O.E Nation's Rye Tournament. Here's what we are dealing with today, folks. We have quite the selection here. Not all of these are actually in the tournament. And there's got to be so much noise in my house because, I have one child and a wife. And my wife is louder than the child most of the time. Anyway, so let's get into a couple of these real quick. We're going to do some matchups. We're going to do some one-on-ones with some Ryowa whiskeys. Yep. Prepare for more dad jokes. These two, not going to do. So these are just honorable mentions that didn't quite make the cut. This one actually came out way... Why the fuck is the camera way over there? This one actually came out way too late, and we had already made all of our entries. This is the Templeton 4-year, and this is the Templeton cask finish Oloroso sherry casks. So I'm gonna pair those up later just for science, and why not? First one we're gonna do, it's gonna be Cedar Ridge versus the 6-year Templeton. Why is my camera thinks the bottle is a face, so it keeps auto adjusting to see the bottle. So I guess I'll have to do it like this. Okay, so Templeton 6 year, and then Cedar Ridge straight rye.
Even in the future,
Let's
nothing works.
Get into
God
these
damn it.
and see which is the best Riowa out of the two. Okay, so Templeton's a pretty interesting story to it. I think we've read it on the show before, but they call this the good stuff. Small town, strong spirit. For more than a century, our town has stood proud on the Midwestern prairie, and the roots running deep through Iowa farmland and church steeple reaching towards the heavens. In the 1920s, when Prohibition agents came calling, the people of our small town worked in secret to produce Templeton Rye, a high-caliber whiskey known amongst friends as the good stuff. Templeton does have several offerings and has been growing with those offerings lately. As I mentioned, the cask finish, the Oloroso Sherry cask was the first one of those. I do believe they do have some barrel strengths. They do have some rum cask finish ones as well. So getting a wider selection between the two. Cedar Ridge, also starting to get quite the selection of different. They have a wheat whiskey now. There's too many to mention, but anyway, so we're gonna go in, we're gonna do nose, we're gonna do a tasting between each of them. Let me get my handy dandy palate cleanser ready to rock and roll. First up, Templeton 6 year. Give her a quick nose. Now, one thing, the 4 year, very medicinal smell to it. That kind of comes through on the 6. Not as harsh, and I gotta get in deeper. Vanilla. I don't think I've ever smelled the vanilla before, but I do now. You get the oak for sure. It's a lighter oak though. You can tell 6 years you're gonna get a little bit more of an oak in there. Not a whole lot of floral notes or anything like that either. So the mash bill on these has to be at least 51% rye. I'm not sure if they actually state on either of these. We can check into that here in a minute. Rye whiskey's got quite the history. It's one of the oldest whiskeys in America. George Washington, big rye fan before bourbon became the big go-to. All right, let's give her a. There's some sweetness to it, almost a cherry on the back end. I don't remember it being that sweet. That vanilla, I can get that vanilla mixing with it that I caught on the nose. Give that just a second there. Okay. And we have our 6 year tasting it. It's a lot sweeter than I remember it being. Now, granted, I drank some of the 4 year like a week ago. I was like, oh man, this isn't as good as I remember. So my palate is changing, developing, however you want to. However you want to say. Let's jump over to the cedar. Oh, way sweeter. Oh, sugary. It's like almost like a jelly or a jam. In comparison, this one's like more oak and burn. This is way better nose. You definitely get the wheat in there. Not sure what, like I said, the mash bill on either of these, but this one, just off the smell, should taste way better. Let's give her a shot. way more oily and buttery. The sugary, it doesn't hit you until like the end on the backside. It's actually kind of interesting. Both of them for ryes, they're kind of middle of the road in my opinion. But wow, hold on, I'm gonna have to go back in on both of these. That is very good. So way better nose. I will give Cedar Ridge the win on the nose for sure. Oh, now after you let it sit for a little bit, it keeps changing. Okay. Yeah. Yep, I get that cherry again. I get that vanilla again. It's still there. Now I'm mixing. This is probably bad. But... oh, it's so close. Unfortunately for Cedar Ridge, I love that nose, but the nose doesn't transfer into the flavor. The 6-year Templeton, the nose isn't as great. It's got this kind of weird medicinal burned barrel smell to it. And you don't get the rich, like candied chocolate cherry flavor that you get in the flavor, but you get that on the nose. This one being way more oily and buttery. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing, but it didn't come through with a lot of complexity. So we're gonna go with Templeton 6-year for the win in round 1. This bad boy can now find a home on my bottom shelf. So this is aged 3 years, 43% alcohol by volume. Great nose once again. This is not a very offensive rye. Again, if you want to try this out, especially with like the amount of oil feel to it, it was very thick and heavy, and it has legs. Surprisingly, let's see. Let's give them an honorable mention here and read from our home amidst the world's most fertile soil. Each handcrafted batch of our spirits takes on character of Iowa's people, land, and climate. Fill in the blanks however you want to about Iowa regions. Unlike most rye whiskey, Cedar Ridge uses malted rye in its mash bill. This rye malt is naturally helpful in the mashing process and adds weight and complex, there's the weight that I was talking about, toast and biscuit flavors, complex flavors to the whiskey. Not sure I got the toast or the biscuit. Yeah, like maybe the butter that goes on the toast and the biscuit. Not a bad bottle. And honestly, I think it's only like $35-40. If you're a rye whiskey fan, you're in Iowa, you want to try one. It's not offensive. It's not dangerous. You could probably still cocktail with it. There's not any overpowering notes or anything in there that's going to throw off a mix. So safe buy. It's worth a try. Welcome Cedar Ridge straight rye whiskey to my bottom shelf. Okay. Let's get back over here to this round's winner. Let's see if it says anything about its mash bill. I don't. 45.75 alcohol by volume. That's a 91.5 proof. Age 6 years. The good stuff. Templeton rye whiskey. Now this is the old style bottle. The new bottles look more like this now. They went with a taller design. Honestly, I like the new bottle design. There's a lot you can do with it versus the old one. Let's see. Today, Good Stuff lives again in the 6-year release. It is matured and aged in American oak barrels, bottled 91.5 proof, and delivered an exceptional rye whiskey with hints of honey, floral deep rye spice, and oak. I definitely got the oak, deep rye spice. I didn't get a whole lot of the floral. And then the finish is long and decadent, enhanced with robust notes of dark chocolate. There it is. After 6 years in the barrel, it's true, the Good Stuff gets better with age. Well done. So this one will move forward. We'll not have a shelf selection quite yet for that one. as we must move on to the other matchups in the rye whiskey. Well, we're in the Riowa bracket, so let's get that out of the way next. But thanks for tuning in, folks. Again, Templeton 6-year rye whiskey advances on in the 32 rye tournament. We'll catch you all next time, folks.
And there you have it, folks. Chicken, thank you very much for that review. And against Cedar Ridge versus Templeton 6-year, Templeton wins out and will move on to the next round. So, Templeton, well done. You've moved on to the next round, and we will see in the next matchup, which will be dropping next week, folks. So don't you dare move from this space, because this is the place where you can find out what will eventually be the Rye of Extreme. Next week, folks, we're going to have another Iowa matchup, Templeton 10-year versus Templeton single barrel store pick. And that will go on to challenge Templeton 6-year in the next round of the Rye Whiskey Tournament. And that matchup will determine the Rye Whiskey of Extreme. So, folks, it's just getting good. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. And as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, be sure to like, share, subscribe right here. God bless, folks. Catch you around.
Smooths itself out.
Tell you what I'll do if I ever get back. I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive. Yes, I was doing some of that. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be purple, I could be hurtful, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, Lord. I forget who it was. I think it was Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds were doing one of those. I was like, yes, that is fucking awesome. I'll get into this here in just a second, folks. But yeah, so, I mean, man, you got a really, really good exclusive there. Little Fettuccine 69. How are we doing? Good, sir. Oh, not much, sir. I just felt like it was time to come onto a stream. I haven't been on live for a little while, and I thought I would come address the KOE Nation. How are we doing, the OG of the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast fandom, you beautiful, beautiful bastard, you? Just kind of having a chill Sunday evening. I had a marvelous, marvelous weekend. And I'm just kind of here capping it off this evening. I'm having just a few little glasses of Ranzucapa 23-year Sistema Solera rum, and I'm mixing it with peach juice, and I'm doing it all classy-like in a wine glass on the rocks because why not? I figured, what the hey. But yeah, Ranzucapa, this is a rum that actually has very special place for me and Tony, actually. And I think I'll play the review for this here in a little bit, maybe a little later, because we get into that personal story. But yeah, what I really like is this little weaving here. This is actually done by women of the villages in Guatemala, and apparently this is the Mayan symbol for harmony between space and time. which fucking A right. That's just fucking neat. And it's also Sistema Solera, which if you do it right, it makes a really great product. And if you do it wrong, it's not good. And these folks do it right. I was actually on a panel with a professional bartender from Europe, and I asked him what's his favorite rum, and he said Ranza Kappa. Now it's the XO, which is $100 bottle. It's spendy. It's like a $40 bottle, but it's good stuff. It's very good stuff. So yes. Now, folks, I don't know if you know this, but I think it's kind of funny. I stumbled onto a controversy in the world of craft beer. The beer folks in Nebraska all just turned on me, which I think this is the strangest thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Okay, I've gotten into all these different reviewing communities where I review different products. I've even gotten into the politics community, and I've gotten into all these different places. And even the political community, lefties on Twitch have been more accepting of me than the fucking craft beer community of Nebraska. It's fucking amazing. Like, I haven't gotten as much hate as I have from the craft beer people. Like, they just fucking hate me. I don't know what it is. And like, to me, like, the more they hate me, it's kind of the funnier it is. Like, they say, like, learn to pour a beer right, Phil. And so my next craft beer review, I make sure that it's in like a giant mug, and like literally there's this much fucking foam on the glass, and I make sure it's over foamed. I'm like, well, yeah, it's just funny to me. But yeah, it's funny that the Nebraska craft beer people have given me more pushback than lefties on fucking Twitch. And I'm like, wow, god damn. Like, leftists on the most lefty platform have been more open arms and nice to me, just generally. Like, I've had pleasant interactions with quite a few lefties, but the craft beer people in Nebraska, whoa! Like, to me, I'm sorry, it is a little funny. I mean, if you don't like, but I had no idea that apparently it's like it was a fairly normal thing because the can shortage, to put a sticker over cans of beer that had the can had something else on it, but they'd put a sticker over it. And I put up a review, and the people that and on Facebook, the craft beer people just like, holy shit, I mean, you'd have swore I was fucking Dr. Evil's best friend or something. Like, it was whoa. But I'm going to show you what happened here. It's a real short video, but it's funny as shit. And this was actually from our Andre the Giant beer. It's basically kind of like a memorial beer thing. I don't know what would be the proper words for it. It's basically where we, on Andre the Giant's birthday, we get together to honor the boss, and we try to drink as many beers as he purportedly drank in one night, which is 115 beers. And so us as a collective audience try to do that. And this is one of the beers from the Andre the Giant Memorial Beer Battle Royal. Hell, you could even call it that. I really like that. The Beer Battle Royal. Holy shit. I'm liking that. Chicken, Tony, if you're listening, I think we have to call it the Andre the Giant Memorial Beer Battle Royal at this point. But this is one of the reviews, and we talked about the sticker, and holy shit, this is another thing that the Nebraska craft beer folks just welcome one and all to the K.O.E. Nation. But here's the context. Beer 30 o'clock. Folks, this is a journey that we are going to engage in together to find that perfect beer. I am a man on a mission, a man on a journey to find the ultimate beer, the perfect beer for that perfect occasion, and we're going to do it together. I've got a crazy cast of characters, folks from all over the K.O.E. Nation and all over the internet that are looking forward to sharing their experiences of some of their favorite beers with you. So, folks, without further ado, let's get right into this Beer 30 o'clock review.
Got kicked out of the league. It was awesome.
I am getting ready to go to number 4, and I ran to the gas station real quick to pick this up, and it says, my lights really, it says, give me s'more.
Ooh. Oh, like, it's gonna be awful.
S'more.
Oh God!
It's a s'more drink, but hold on. As I'm looking at the can,
It's got a penis on it.
What? What the fuck? It's got a sticker.
Whoa.
It's a
cool.
different.
Whoa.
So the alcohol content, according to the sticker, is 5.2%, and the alcohol content, according to the can, is 9%.
False
So I don't-
advertisement.
It is, and every can is this. So they made a bunch of this, and went oops, and threw a sticker on. So
Oopsies.
Cool. I don't know
So
why.
did they throw the sticker over the can after they made the s'more shit? And they're like, "Hey, we don't want to."
we're gonna find out.
That's gotta
We gotta
be
find it.
illegal,
Does it
right?
taste like s'more? Does it taste like
It is.
fucking stout?
Yeah, I don't know.
It is
like,
illegal. You
what's
can't
the-
do that shit. But yeah, that's the sticker. It's
Yeah. Folks, let us know if you've ever seen that before in your life, but not.
That's fucking crazy.
Give Justin the floor.
it's from Nebraska Brewing, wherever the heck, La Vista,
Brewing
Nebraska.
Company.
And let me read the right label according to this. It says this unique flavored brown ale introduces campy favorite
It's La Vista,
s'more
Omaha
to
for the
craft
uninitiated.
beer. Aromatic flavors, marshmallow, chocolate, and graham, derived from malts and vanilla, transport you into the time to the last or future outdoor excursion. Wonderful at any time. But this says our take on a robust Americanized Russian style imperial stout, moderately hot to liven up richly malted classic. This is the base beer from our insanely popular barrel aged reserve series variants. You've worked hard, you've earned this. So I'm hoping
You
it's
hope
the
you get
smaller
the
one.
second one. Yeah. The fuck.
I smell the marshmallow.
Oh, you got dicked.
I did. Damn it.
Well, then again, you
Is it
didn't
any wonder
because you
why the
bought it
Nebraska
because
Brewing
the
Company
package
wasn't
said
exactly
s'more on it,
thrilled with the
so
West?
You get what you paid for.
Yeah, that's
Right.
very fascinating. I'm gonna have to do some research on that one. But so, how do you rate that as a
And
beer?
boy, the research I got back.
I have not drank it yet. I'm just smelling it. I can smell like
Alrighty.
campfire. So.
I learned a valuable lesson
Hmm.
about the internet.
Actually, yeah, it's a s'more. It's a s'more all the way through.
Okay, so it's what the sticker
Yeah.
says.
It's exactly what the stickers say. So, first taste, I give it about a 3.5. It's actually not bad.
Nice.
You'll get diabetes if you had a six pack.
I did get a 6-pack. Shit.
So,
Six
what
pack of
was
dick.
that? An ale, a porter, what was that?
It
Yeah, you're gonna have to go by the
a
sticker.
brown, yeah, brown ale.
So, as an ale, how would you rate that on a 5-star scale?
It's like every other brown ale I have tasted. So probably about 2.5. It's always got that aftertaste
Right in the middle of
that
a
you can always
5-star
taste it
scale.
afterwards.
Yeah. And when would be an occasion you'd want to have this if you were to go back to it?
Probably a couple just at the campsite, but that's it. I wouldn't want to eat any s'mores after that, though.
Bear.
It's a camping beer then.
Yes, it's actually really once you get about third drink in, it actually really it's like a s'more with an aftertaste of brown ale.
So, Phil,
Sorry, I got pushed up.
you were.
See if it just smooths itself out.
Get back. Tell you what I'll do if I ever get back. I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive. Yes, folks, the greatest duet of all time. There's no greater duet in all history than Phil duetting with Phil. I mean, Jesus. I probably should be charging admission just for this podcast. I mean, my God, but no, you get all of this for free. All I ask of you folks is a subscribe on YouTube, a follow on Twitch, and what the hell, follow me on TikTok. It's all in the down there part. K.O.E Nation on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. But yes, folks, you got a fucking duet with Phil, duetting with Phil. I mean, that was worth everything right there alone. And since we're talking about local businesses, if any of you happen to be bottle shoppers, if you happen to be bourbon bottle hunters and you live in Nebraska, I'm going to give you a little secret. I'm going to show you a place where you can get secret bottles once in a great while. They actually get allocated bottles like Blanton's, and not just a few bottles. They get a whole fucking barrel of them. And it's a grocery store, and it's in York, Nebraska. You might have heard of it, folks. Actually, I doubt you have. But this is going to be, if you know how to get yourself a allocated bottle, this is where you do it in good old Nebraska way. Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E Nation for another very special Spirits Review. I am the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, the conqueror of the ethereal, the lord of the Scottish Highlands, and one damn handsome man, if I do say so myself. And we are here to review a store pick from here in Nebraska. Blanton's single barrel from Grand Central Foods in York, Nebraska. And I am joined by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only,
Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe. It's another marvelous day in the wide, wide world of bourbon whiskey, and we've got a very trusted brand here in Blanton's, whether you pretend to hate it or you love it.
Yes.
Store picks.
And I'm also joined on the other side of the Missouri River, folks, all the way over from Iowa. So this is a true interstate compact. Forget that water rights thing that you hear about the Missouri River. This is the real Missouri River compact right here between the chicken coop all the way over in Iowa, Castle K.O.E, and Compound G here in Nebraska, folks. So we are going to do this to figure out just what we think of this particular store pick. Now, this is the first time I've ever seen such a thing at this local grocery store, Grand Central Foods. For those who don't know, it's been kind of my secret bottle spot. Not anymore, but this is where you can go to get some interesting stuff. I know. I'm sorry. But yeah, you can get some really neat stuff like a Blanton's. Like, I was walking in that day because it's just a nice grocery store. They still have cashiers. I mean, my God. So there's that.
What a bygone era.
I know. How silly. So, I went up there, said hello to the cashier, who said hello back.
Did you hand the cashier money?
We got there eventually. And I was just going to get some milk, some juice, some bread, real basic stuff. I was just, needed just a few basics.
But you perused and you found other stuff.
I did. I perused and I found an entire display of like 50 of these. I'm like, oh! And so I immediately started taking pictures and sending out, and everyone's like, is that like a display that somebody's got in Oregon or something? Like, no, that's in York. That's in York, Nebraska. And they were just like, oh. So I got a cart then, got my milk, got my juice, got my bread, picked up a couple of bottles, just a few of this. Right. And I informed you guys that you should get some bottles yourself. And then
shout out to my nephew, Kevin.
Yes. Shout out to Kevin for getting these bottles for Chicken and Tony. And then I went to the cashier, Tony, like just lovely time. Just a great time. I had a wonderful conversation, very personable. And then I paid them with actual cash. They didn't leer at me angrily. And then they still have they'll carry your bags out to the car for you.
Wow.
And so it was amazing.
I
feel like
timey
back in the
experience you had picking up
1930s.
I know, but
marvelous.
it was amazing. So I got some of the world's best bourbon, and I got it at that experience. And then I brought it back here, and now we're here to share it with all of you beautiful people.
Yes.
So, Blanton, have you two even opened your bottles yet?
No,
you've been
took the wax
talking this
ring
whole time.
I took the ring off.
You
I
mean
have not
spitting the truth.
pulled the cork out yet, so
All
All right.
I'll wait
my
for it.
ring.
Phil, you have yours is already half gone, it appears. So Chicken
Yep,
and I will
I,
be doing the uncorking.
This is actually the one that I used for our Blantons versus Elmer T. Lee versus video the last time Chicken was here. So
Tony,
I
you
have
ready?
not gotten into this too much.
3,
1,
2, 1, go. Nice.
Nice.
marvelous.
Synchronicity, folks. So, you know, I figured who better to, oh man, now this has had some time to mellow in my bottle. It's picking up another apple flavor.
Leave that right here.
Tony, you're an ass.
What, Phil?
I don't know. Like Tony's just got this bottle of Blanton's that he's using to flex on me. So
Oh, is that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that
that's not
gold?
what this-
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
It is.
it's gold.
It
What?
is
Oh
gold.
my god.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Oh,
and be sure to check out me and Tony's review of Blanton's Gold. Definitely.
the surprise.
You know, where
review.
can you find that at, Phil?
You can find that at KOE Nation on YouTube. That's K as in King, O as in oh my god. You can find KOE Nation on YouTube. E is an extremely happy to know that I can find KOE Nation on YouTube. KOE Nation, yes, very easy to find. So,
Now
gentlemen,
you mentioned, Phil, that this is the one we used to go head to head with Elmer T. Lee, correct?
yes,
So we've had this, we've sampled it,
yes,
loved it, but this
It's
is
a
the
salty
official.
apple.
Yeah, like
yep. I will give you that. Salty
sea salty.
apple is what I'm not really picking up. A lot of caramel. I'm getting the slightest hint of vanilla, but I'm really getting apple.
I love the nose on this. Yeah, it's like a salty caramel sweetness,
I get a little caramel.
like a sea salted toffee.
Toffee, there you go. That's better. It's not caramel. It's like a toffee.
Yeah, it's not caramel.
I could see that. I could see it because there was a like a thick, earthy sweetness, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And then Tony just nailed it there. So,
All right.
gentlemen,
Shall we?
Love it.
camera clink.
Clink.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh. I don't know if I said this the first time, but other than like the cinnamon spices in there at the end, like the initial flavor that I get, now I know this is going to sound strange, but there's a consistency on the flavor profile that reminds me very, very much of like a grape Jolly Rancher.
There's a
Okay.
candy. I don't know if it's grape Jolly Rancher, but there's a
I'm
candy.
thinking like a hard candy that you get that sticky sweetness on your palate.
Now this is going to be one that it's going to sound kind of strange, but go with me here. More
Apple
than
Jolly
cinnamon
Rancher.
sweet. Yes, there's the apple, there's the fruity, but towards the end, I'm picking up almost like a baking flour.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's like in there with like it's just got that. I don't know how to put it, like that hyper ground wheat, and it's just like and now this I believe this is a wheater. So
Yeah, this one's good. This is so good. Like Blanton's is good.
Very good.
Even if people want to pretend like it's not and it's overpriced, whatever. You're gonna find it if you look hard enough and you wait long enough. You'll find it at the affordable price, like we all have been able to do in the last year and a half.
yeah,
And
like,
guess
that
what?
bottle's worth
It's worth it. It's always
yeah,
worth it because
I
it's
would
always
say
good.
you shouldn't spend more than $100 on a bottle of Blanton's.
If you spend 70 to 80, you're doing just
yep.
fine.
Now these we got at retail. They were like $55, $60. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah. So I picked up a couple. So yeah, like I said, there's an apple fruitiness on the front, very sweet, candied. And then, like I said, like that just bit of flour on the back.
Tony nailed that
And-
Jolly Rancher thing. No, it's not.
I'm not
like,
quite
he
getting
said
that.
grape. But like that aftertaste of Jolly
Yeah.
Rancher that
Mhm.
like leaves that tongue, that
coating.
feeling of like wanting more.
Yes.
On your tongue. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes your mouth water a little bit.
It's almost like a chalky feeling.
Yeah, and I'm not leaning towards like the apple Jolly Rancher because like this doesn't taste like a sour apple to me. Like I'm thinking just a sweet fruit. That's why I'm leaping towards grape, but not like a berry, like a strawberry, but just like for me it's just a grapey sweetness.
The Jolly Rancher, and I specifically said the apple Jolly Rancher because that's like the aftertaste of it. It's on the back end. It's afterwards. After all the crazy fire and spices are over, that's what I get.
Honestly, the only like grapiness I get would be like from a certain rosé that I drank. Some rosé wine. Like that'd be the only kind of grapiness I'm picking up. But I know that's very specific, and a lot of people aren't going to have that same frame of reference for me. But that's kind of where I'm getting at. So
now, I just for those that are curious, this specific bottle, this specific store pick whiskey was stored in Warehouse H. Do you know what else was stored in Warehouse H, Phil?
What's that, Tony?
My bottle of Blanton's Gold.
Oh God,
I just wanted to throw that out there. But this, honestly, like for me, this is perfect at 46.5 ABV, 93 proof. I think they absolutely nailed the proof on this one because I can imagine it being stronger, but it doesn't need to be. And I think being weaker would just be a complete disservice. I think they got the proof perfect with this one.
Oh, yes. This is some really, really good stuff. Now, I've got one bottle of Blanton's that I'm holding on to for posterity, and it's good old Barrel 450, the one that made it to the made it to the final four of last year's bourbon tournament, and it was the runner-up. I got one more bottle of that, and that one I'm hanging on to for a very special occasion. So, but now Chicken looks like he's getting something out. He's getting something ready.
I just checking the warehouse on my other bottles.
Oh yeah, Blanton's all comes from Warehouse H. That's it. Kind of its signature is for some reason, Mr. Blanton's, or I think it was like Colonel Blanton's or something like that, found that his Warehouse H had a very specific flavor profile. It was a steel warehouse back before they really built them. So it was kind of like cutting edge to have a steel warehouse at the time. And so it interacted with the whiskey differently because it caused the hot days would get hotter, the cold days.
Right.
So it was an interesting way to have the whiskey interact with the barrel. And so Warehouse H has become legendary. And Lord, please protect Warehouse H from any natural disasters. Yes. A lot of good whiskey comes out of there. Yes.
And Brett,
so
you have in store.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Nice. I like But also check out our Heaven's Door review where we get into pretty much the same format here. Another interstate compact. Barrel. Yes, a lovely single barrel. We do love us some single barrels around here. So, guys, we get to the very difficult parts of our
This is difficult. This is beautiful. Like everything about this just is. I think it hits home for all three of us, and maybe different areas, maybe some of the same, but beautiful.
Yes. So we're gonna grade on a 5-star scale. 5 meaning you have to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning pass it on by. The K.O.E Nation has advised you well. So we're gonna grade this as a bourbon, as a whiskey, as a cask-aged spirit. It's shelving, and then for those new to the show, the secret 5th question. So, Tony G, Chicken, as a bourbon, how do you grade this whiskey?
Go ahead.
I'm going 4 stars.
Ooh.
I love Blanton's.
As a bourbon, I'm going to go 4.25.
I'm going to have to agree with Tony here. 4.25 as a bourbon. This is unique. It's good. It's not quite perfect typical bourbon because it's got a lot of different flavors going on, but I like this stuff a lot, and this one would be within striking distance of just about any major name bourbon.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of the major name bourbons.
For me, like this store pick specifically, like this ranks up there, and we've had a lot of them. A lot of the Maker's Mark store picks, and golly, those are just super hard to come by. And I haven't had a bad one yet. So
Yeah,
saying that this is in good company with a Maker's Mark store pick, that's a pretty high praise for the KOE Nation. And this is just, I love.
Thank you. Yes, we are back. We are back.
Chicken.
Welcome one, welcome all.
So, oh no,
we are live again. We are live again.
We move on to whiskey.
So welcome back, Alesto.
So, as a whiskey, how do you grade this?
Go ahead, T.
I'm gonna go. I don't know why, but my gut is telling me 3.75.
3.75. Chicken. What are you thinking?
I think it's a little niche, and it's a single barrel. So not that should hurt it, but as a store pick, it's hard to get too attached. So maybe that's why I'm a little harsher on the whiskey side.
Yeah, it's Tony's right. There's like a stigma around this. Like it'd be like blasphemy to even try to blend it or do anything weird with this. Like this is drink neat only. Yeah. This is Blanton's. It's not easy to find. You enjoy it when you have it.
I
don't mess around with it.
Thinking about
for that reason, I'm going to give it a 4.
Oh,
yes. Chicken's the guy on the bottom. And the guy
putting this on the rocks
on the top with me is Tony fucking G. You can find him at Tony the Rod 2.0 on TikTok. He's my best friend in this life.
It's a great whiskey, but it's meant to be enjoyed, sipped on neat. It's not meant to be knocked back in shooters. It's not meant to be really put in mini cocktails other than obviously a mint julep. That's pretty much it. If you were to cocktail this, it kind of, I think it might actually be a part of Kentucky state law that you have to, if you're going to cocktail Blanton's, it has to be a mint julep. I might be wrong on that.
I think it's like 10 hours community service if you do anything else.
Yeah. Wow. So, I mean, yes. Or if you make any other cocktail with a Blanton's, goodness gracious. So, I got to agree. So now we move on to cask-aged spirit. So I'm going to go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off here because I'm going to go ahead and say 4 stars as a cask-aged spirit because everything here is in its casking and it's in its aging. And that tells you exactly how long it's been in that particular casking. It tells you whiskey it was dumped on. It gives you a lot of information. Like some of my bottles, this one, it doesn't tell you the exact date. But usually Blanton's will tell you the exact date. But yeah, this one doesn't. It has the day it was dumped on.
Yep, dumped on 7/27/21. Barrel number 189. Warehouse age. Rick number 9. Yeah, a lot of information.
C136. Oh wait,
I have registered bottle number 53.
Let's see. I
got 141.
Oh. Some discrepancy here.
This registered bottle is 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay. I'm just all that much more cool, apparently.
Okay.
I mean, it's all from the same barrel.
Yeah.
So now this kind of reminds me of like when I was little, my brothers and I, we would argue about like who gets to pour the milk out of the gallon of milk first for their glass of milk, because then they can say my milk's better because I had it first. So yeah, like I'm kind of having flashbacks of that right now. So this is excellent stuff. So I'm going to go 4 because everything comes from Warehouse H, basically. That's where all the magic of Blanton's comes from. So you kind of have to give Blanton's as a cask-aged spirit at its very minimum 4 stars, in my opinion.
I 100% agree. 4 stars as well as a cask-aged spirit.
Tony, I'm setting up the desk. Blanton's is a 4-star cask-aged spirit. Changed my mind.
I'm going to attempt to, because I said this earlier. The finish, the nose is beautiful. Actually, you know what? Just because I think I need one more little snort of this. This is such a. It was, again, we got it at the retail cost. The nose on this, delightful. A local store pick. It's warehouse age. It's again the perfect proof. Beautiful. The perfect proof for enjoying it neat, not too watered down, not too spicy. It's perfect. And like you said, all the information is here. It's good start, middle, and end. So you're wrong, Phil. It's not a 4-star. This is a 4.5-star cast.
Oh, so Tony likey. I'm gonna stick with my rating, but I could totally understand yours, Tony. That is totally fair. I'm not gonna begrudge. Now,
it's all in the casking, and this is delectable.
The question now moves to its shelving, top, middle, or bottom. I'm gonna be honest, gentlemen. I think maybe 1 or 2 more bottles of this sitting on my top shelf.
I think it's probably going to have to sit on the top shelf next to its kin.
Oh, next to the Blanton's Gold there.
The
you
other.
Yeah. So, yeah, Blanton's Gold. Tony, you're an ass. Chicken, where would you place the shelving?
Yeah, this is going right back on my top shelf, where it belongs, where it's been. Even before I tasted it, that's where it was. That's where it's going to stay. It's earned its place there.
Now, is that going on the chicken exclusive top shelf or on the open for folks to try top shelf?
So the store pick will go on exclusive top shelf. The regular will go on the top shelf of those to share with, but will be limited sharing to only those that I feel confident will not be disrespectful with it. This is something you have to honor and enjoy.
You gotta appreciate it.
Yes. Like have you ever seen like those pictures like when kings get like crowned and they're like holding this scepter and they're holding like one of these things? It's like basically like this round globe with like a little cross on it. You kind of feel like one of those holding this. Like, yes, I feel so regal. It's excellent. I was like, yeah, I gotta try it.
Yes.
Yes.
And then sometimes you come down to your bar the next day and you find this ring with the wax. And you're like, oh no, I broke open Blanton's last night.
What happened?
But
I
you
like
know
how
you had
Tony
a
and I
good time.
became Thurston Howell the third there. That was great. So yes, it's a top shelf attraction. It's just the look alone. Even if the juice was only half as good as it is, the look alone on this bottle would draw attention. But the juice inside being amazing is what really helps it. Now, what's funny is this is a single barrel store pick, but every Blanton's is a single barrel.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like this store picked this barrel. And so but still, I've never gotten one before. I've never had a Blanton store pick. I've never had a Buffalo Trace store pick of any kind. So this one I was really excited to get, and I'm glad to have it. Now, the secret fifth question. Well, actually, have we finished out our scores for Cask Aged?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The secret fifth question, because we've already done shelving as well, would be, when this bottle runs empty, will you seek another one? That's going to be kind of
I'll
trouble.
wait for my bottle to go empty. If I find another one, I will grab it.
Yeah, that's kind of the way that Blanton's works. You just, when you see it, you pick it up. And now you know why there's always a shortage of it.
Yeah.
Because there's people that when they see it, doesn't matter if they're planning on buying it that day. It's like, there's like, I'm not going to spend any money at all today. I'm going to try not spend money for the next 3 days. Oh no, Blanton's $148 later. Like that's just the way that kind of works. When
Phil, that sounds an awful like a story you've told us before.
Yeah, I probably told that story maybe once, maybe even twice, I think. So yes, I will seek one out. I will always seek out Buffalo Trace store picks. And Tony, oh, you no good rapscallion, you ne'er-do-well,
How
you.
dare you?
I know. That's just mean. That's just mean. But Tony, Chicken, anything you'd like to say to the people?
No, check me out. Big Buckin' Empire. You can find me facebook.com/BigBuckin, youtube.com/C/BigBuckin. Join us there. We go live once a week. As always, appreciate y'all. Oh, until the next review. Cheers, folks. Love it.
Yes.
Tony,
check out all the various platforms and various shows and podcasts under the Big Buckin' Empire banner at linktree.com/BigBuckin. You can find the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. You can find the Dog and Chicken Show. You can find K.O.E Nation, Yanked Up, and Norwalk IRL on all the various platforms. It's the right thing to do. It's the one-stop shop for all your Big Buckin' needs, folks. Blanton's is wonderful, and anybody who says it's not is pretty much just lying for clout.
jealous that they don't have a bottle of Blanton's to drink. Basically.
No, they have a bottle of Bland's.
Yeah, they've got like the people say Blanton sucks have like 16 bottles.
Yeah, exactly.
So, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us this evening for the Interstate Compact Whiskey Review of Blanton's Store Pick. I am the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast power cower, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, one damn handsome man, and your king of extreme. Folks, I hope to find all of you back here happy, healthy, much the wiser. Be sure to give me a like, share, subscribe on K.O.E Nation. Folks, God bless. I'll catch you on the flip side, y'all.
Cheers.
Here and see if it just smooths itself out.
Back, tell you what I'll do if I ever get back. I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive. Eldorado. Oh, Lord. Yeah, hey. I owe myself a Coke now. But, well, folks, that was the Blanton Store Pick review. We really had a good fun time acquiring that. And as you can see, that's kind of the fun of the bottle hunt is like, oh, did you get that one? Oh, you got that for a better price. It's kind of 21st century, big game hunting, basically, for lack of better terms. There we go. I was just making sure all was well over on the Twitch side of things, and all is currently well, beautiful, and marvelous, which you should definitely check me out on Twitch. But, folks, we've been on K.O.E Nation for a little while. We're going to stray a little bit. We're going to go to a couple of different spots. We're going to go check out my brother's YouTube channel over here at Grow the Farm Up. He's got a couple of videos. What the hell? I think we should probably just give him a quick little play.
Hey guys, Grow the Farm Up. We're here dumping some bulk feed soybeans.
That's loud.
Into another co-op location where we've got.
Let's see how that's coming through on your end.
Farm Up. We're here dumping some bulk feed soybeans into another co-op location where we've got bulk seed soybean tenders. What we do is we condition the soybeans and then load them into a clean seed hopper like this and deliver them to locations all around our area. And so what you have there is untreated, clean soybean seed. As you can see, they run out of the bottom of these bins and over to the treater. So if the farmer wants it treated, they treat it right on demand. We've kind of seen the seed bean industry go this direction really hard in the last 4 or 5 years with all of the logistical nightmares going on in the world today. As many impediments as you can remove from the seed being harvested to it getting to your farm and in the ground, the better. As many impediments as you can move, as many logistical things you can remove,
True.
Go back and deal with boxes and bags. A lot of these guys, I tell people, it'll save you 2 days on your planting season if you just run true bulk, because instead of having to send 2 guys back to deal with boxes, unload them into your tender or planter, you just come here and you pull your seed tender underneath conveyor that would be set up right on the other side of that treater, and you get your beans and you head back to the field. One-man operation. I tell guys, if you're planting about 1,000 acres of soybeans and you want to save 2 days of your planting time, switch over to True Bulk. Quick, interesting little video I thought I'd take while I was here. This is about the 8th location we've dropped off at. Mostly southeast Nebraska, north central Kansas, a little bit of western Iowa. So anyway, grow the farm up, guys. We'll catch you next time. That is just cool.
Another video from Grow the Farm Up. I'm gonna put the link to his YouTube in the chat here shortly.
Always make a great shot. A little bit of identity preserve, specialty corn for the processors, some food grade stuff we've been working on. Actually using our seed corn dryer for its storage. And you know, life of a farmer, it's a little bit before midnight.
This is during the.
We're just gonna keep on going until people start.
This was during the
down.
harvest season.
That's kind of what we do. Sweet Peterbilt 389 there, dumping in this place. Conveyor's carrying a load. It's not exactly designed for shelled grain. Put a bigger motor on up there to make it work. We got a nice drive over.
There's Grow the Farm Up on YouTube.
What's going on there? Look at that food truck, man. Nice.
I don't know what that means.
We got the drive over conveyor. Dropping onto the conveyor. And taking it on up top. Pretty slick. Grow the farm up.
Enjoy unlimited DVR storage.
Bastard. He gets ads on his videos.
Farm up, out doing some. Hey guys, grow the farm up.
Now, this is obviously much later.
Today, and just notice something.
Much earlier in this year.
This is the line where we planted soybeans. This did not have cover crop. Sorry for the wind. This area right over here where you see the bean rows are kind of in nice little 7-inch rows. A drill does a much different job of planting than a 30-inch row planter. And then here is the completely, it actually was ridge till. We just completely no-tilled it. And look, that's the stand of beans that we got. It's actually pretty good for what we went into. Like my feet are sinking in a little bit when I walk on this ground. And you look at it and you go, you know, it's not that pretty. I can't see it popping up in rows as easily. I mean, you can see it right there. It's rowable, you see? I hope the camera picks that up. It's rowable. I mean, I can actually row it walking through it right now. The soybeans coming up. And you come over here and this looks prettier, but you see it seems to be less in tune with the regenerative cycle of Mother Nature. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't tilled, but still nonetheless, it had no cover crops on it for 4 months, 6 months growing. And so I think the soil health out here is much lower than in there. And look, we got a good stand to come up, actually. I mean, I will, another 2 weeks will show us. But this was a very interesting study we did I mean, let's take one more quick look here. I mean, this is what we planted into. Look at this cover crop stubble. Look at this corn stubble from last year's corn crop. Look at how much of it got eaten up with our biology system and regenerative system. And look at how many beans came up. And they're going to fill in. And I think that this is, we pulled some initial cores. The soil has a lot more nutrient density to it than what we're used to seeing. Kind of a different way of looking at things. I don't know. I think farmers don't like to look at their fields and look at this and go, hey, that might be a success. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll yield 30 bushels and be a complete disaster. That's why we call them experiments, and you don't do it across your whole farm. We'll see how it turns out. I just
that is true.
Wanted to show you guys that.
I don't know.
Busy day scouting. I'll do another one later if something interesting comes up. Busy day.
Ah, you bastard. Again, he's got ads in his videos. Like, I'm sorry, as a brother, like, I'm sorry. It just totally like invokes my jealousy. I kid. No, I'm glad he's actually, he's got a nice little corner of YouTube with people who just really dig what he does. So God bless it. But yeah, let's at least start you at the beginning of the video. Just showing off some big rigs.
That is what a semi should look like. What has happened to our transportation industry? Seriously. Somebody comment on the current horrible climate that these OTR drivers are dealing with. Get ag exempt and move to Nebraska, boys. I mean, get real. That's what a truck should look like. Not that Volvo white mafia. And the only thing missing was a couple American flags. I think I'll go get those tomorrow. Grow the farm up. Hey guys, grow the farm up. We're getting our first snow.
Oh, that was
the year.
That was
I
a
don't know
while
if you
ago.
can see it. On a nice little pull-off spot here. We're out in the Peterbilt hauling grain. Still some cars moving. Actually seeing some snow accumulation. And there's a big, it's an inch and a
Cairo,
half or so
that's
is
in
coming.
Egypt.
Gonna set down on us here overnight. Kind of a cool picture. I believe that's a 1996 Peterbilt with a C12 cat under the hood. See if we can't get this girl home before we get snowed in. But, you know, if we do get snowed in, we can always camp out in the truck for the night if you want to.
Oh, you could.
Some lights on back here. You know, I gotta say, Peterbilt never really did not make a nice truck. This is a 96, guys. Somebody took care of this thing. Wow. Cat C12. It's got that different 10-speed in it. Call it the lazy man's transmission.
I don't know
About
about that.
800,000 miles on the clock. We'll see if this snowstorm, you know, if it wants to shut us down, we can shut down.
I can understand calling it the lazy man's transmission, but it's got its own picadillos. I can understand if some people love it and some people hate it.
Assume I made it home fine. One more shot, just because guys like this stuff, man. I like to, when guys shoot video of stuff, I'm like, show me the corner. I want to know exactly what that is. I want to know what I can tear that off and turn it into. You know, I'm thinking over here that all needs to go for like a 24 or 30 inch flat screen. Not quite. We've almost got the
Crazy
room.
bastards.
It's going to be tight. The sleeper's not quite. I mean, this is a big, I think this is an 80 inch, 78 inch. It's a pretty good sized sleeper. Do a lot with this thing. All right, guys. Cool, huh? Yeah, got the fridge. Ain't even got it out of the box yet. It's all in a little grain with it. Don't worry. I'm not turning it into a trucking channel. God, those guys. You think farmers whine at each other. You should go check out trucking YouTube. My God. I think everybody's just bored, apparently. Stir up the shit. Get some clicks going. Hey man, gotta respect the hustle.
I was about to say, that sounds like all of Twitch.
Throw the farm up. I'm gonna try to get this dog home.
Oh, you rotten bastards. Oh, no good rotten rapscallion. He's got ads on his videos. Like, I can't tell you just how much I'm gonna have to give him a hard time about that. Oh, Lord Almighty. So, no, KOE Nation is where you need to be, folks. I was like, why are you being such a curmudgeon at the moment? But so yeah, that's Grow the Farm Up on YouTube. Definitely check him out. Grow the Farm Up on YouTube. That's my brother's YouTube channel. And so I got no, actually, I'm not going to do that one. I was going to do that one, but I got a different video I want to play for all of y'all. This is one that I got a chance to do over the Christmas vacation, over the Christmas break we all had. And this is in a non-disclosed location, but I actually got to review Dewar's 25-year-old Scotch whiskey. And it's an impromptu and short review. But here we go, folks. My review of Dewar's. Fucking A right, yo. It was fucking awesome. One and all to the KOE Nation for a very special impromptu spirits review, one that I never thought I would ever get the chance to try. This is one of the oldest Scotch whiskeys I have had the chance to taste, folks, and I'm looking forward to it, and I know you are too. If you saw the picture coming on in, Dewar's 25 years, 25-year-old John Dewar's and Sons, folks. This is the signature double-aged blended Scotch whiskey. This is just a little special treat that I'm getting the chance to try here with all of you. That's plenty there. But yes. There you go, folks. Dewar's 25. Never thought I'd get to see the day. Oh my. Honey, vanilla. You definitely get that oak. You cannot deny the oak. Wow, I can't tell if that's peat or if that's just like a mintiness from the oak. That's going to be interesting. So it says here, Dewar's signature 25-year-old aged for a quarter century, a tribute to the art of blending, the acclamation of knowledge, learning, and skill passed down through generations. Dewar's master blender since 1846 is evident in every precious drop. Fine and rare Scotch
whiskies from the Dewar's inventory in Scotland are selected to create this interesting blend. Individual casks of malt and grain Scotch whiskies aged for at least 25 years are carefully blended together. We use a process called marrying to deliver enhanced smoothness in the resulting blend. Our signature blend deserves an extra nisse, so following the marriage, I have chosen a further period of finishing in cask previously containing Royal Single Malt, the first ever Scotch whiskey to be granted a royal warrant by the British Crown. Nice, nice. Each cask is hand selected for its quality, depth, and complex flavor. So, a very rare Scotch whiskey indeed. Cheers, folks. There is peat there. There's mint, a lot of oak, subtle vanillas. It's pretty much everything you're picking up on the nose you get on the palate. This is excellent stuff. Excellent. You do pick up, there's some corn in there. But at this point, it's so old, it just kind of tastes like cornbread. So excellent. Excellent Scotch whiskey, folks. Now, for those who don't know, we grade on a 5-star scale here. 5 meaning you have to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning pass it on by. The K.O.E Nation has advised you well. As a Scotch whiskey, we're going to grade on those scales of a Scotch whiskey, a whiskey, cask aged spirit, it's shelving. And for those new to the show, the secret 5th question. As a Scotch whiskey, I'm going to have to give this 4 stars. This is spectacular as proof of type of blended Scotch whiskey aged to quite the degree. As a Scotch, I'm going to have to be a little more honest here, and I'm going to give it 3.75. It's excellent stuff, but I'm particular to single malt myself, but this blend is excellent stuff. Like, this is up there with the Johnny Walker XR 21 year. I would say in some ways this even tops it. As a cask aged spirit, and that's putting it up against all the rums, Armagnacs, cognacs, whiskeys of every kind, bourbons. I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. Excellent. No. I'm going to revise. I'm going to give it 3.75 because this is 25 years of aging and marrying, and it's all come together for our enjoyment here. Now, you got to remember, I don't normally drink peated whiskeys, but this one, I would make a rare exception for. So 3.75 is a cask aged spirit. It's shelving. If you have one, it kind of has to sit on the top shelf just for the bragging. I mean, it does. And the secret 5th question is, if I run into a bottle of this, will I seek one? For the steep price you're going to pay for that, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to explore the rest of the Dewar's line a little deep because I kind of spoiled myself starting up high. So, folks, as I'm going to say, all that being said, thank you for joining me for this impromptu Dewar's 25-year blended Scotch review. Have yourself a happy, safe holidays. I hope to find all of you back here happy, healthy, much the wiser. God bless. Merry Christmas, folks.
Here and see if it just smooths itself out.
tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive. El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.
Yes, folks. Dewar's 25-year blended Scotch whiskey. It was a very interesting kind of impromptu experience at an undisclosed location. But so, folks, I'm glad to be back. We've had a very productive evening this evening. And, folks, I think it is that time for me to say, all that being said, thank you for joining me this evening on the K.O.E Nation. You can find me at K.O.E Nation on YouTube, K.O.E Nation on Twitch, K.O.E Nation on TikTok. Yes, folks, this is all very on brand. I am the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, your king of extreme, Phil K.O.E. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, follow. Also, check me out at Big Buckin' Empire on YouTube and Facebook for our real fun times at the Dog and Chicken Show Friday nights, 8:30 Friday nights, Dog and Chicken Show on YouTube. Big Buckin' Empire YouTube, Big Buckin' Empire Facebook. Folks, I must say, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. I hope to find all of you right back here, happy, healthy, much the wiser. Raise a glass to yourselves, all you beautiful people. Until then, I will catch you around the flip side, and God bless